No matter how smooth or experienced you think you are, there's a very real possibility that you're still missing some of the biggest hints women drop when they're actually interested in you, especially when the woman is younger and you're the older man. The truth is women, especially younger women, often flirt in ways that seem completely innocent on the surface, but underneath that sweet or casual tone, there's often a very deliberate intention. If you don't recognize these cues, or you brush them off as just friendly banter, you could be missing golden opportunities to connect with someone genuinely interested in you. In this guide, we're going to break down the subtle, sneaky, and unexpected questions younger women ask older men when they're secretly flirting or testing the waters of attraction. These questions may sound casual or even harmless, but they carry deeper meaning and intent, and learning how to respond confidently can flip the entire interaction in your favor. At first glance, this seems like small talk, a casual curiosity, maybe even a polite icebreaker. But don't be fooled. She's not conducting a census or trying to write your biography. She's asking this to observe your reaction. What she's really doing is checking your confidence level. Do you own your age, or do you get defensive, awkward, or self-conscious about it? See, women who are drawn to older men are attracted to things like life experience, emotional maturity, self-assurance, and the way you carry yourself, not just the number. She already has a rough estimate of your age based on your appearance, demeanor, and style. So when she asks this question, she's trying to see if you get insecure or if you respond with coolness and charm. If you answer smoothly with something like, "I'm old enough to know what I want, and young enough to still go after it," or simply smile and say, "Confident numbers don't scare me," she'll find that incredibly attractive. If she teases you about your age after you answer, maybe saying something like, "Wow, I didn't expect that," or "That's older than I thought," that is not an insult, it's a green light. Teasing is a subtle form of flirtation, and if she's engaging like that, it means she's testing your ability to playfully banter back, which builds romantic tension. This one can catch some men off guard and make them feel like they need to explain their whole romantic history or justify their single status. But don't fall into that trap. This question is rarely about your past. It's about your present and your availability. She's checking whether you're open to a relationship without coming out and bluntly asking, "Are you single?" which can make her feel too vulnerable. If you hesitate or get overly serious, she might sense some emotional baggage or assume you're not interested in new connections. But if you respond with something light and self-assured, like, "I guess I just haven't met the right person yet," or "I've had a great life, but I'm still writing the best chapters," it communicates optimism and openness. It also sends a subtle signal that you might be open to her filling that space in your life. This question is also her way of measuring how you value relationships and how you talk about commitment without making it obvious that she's wondering whether she could be the next woman in your life. Now, this is never a random question. Women don't ask this out of the blue, unless they're trying to figure out if they might be your type. She's looking for clues. Do I fit his ideal? Does he like women like me? Could there be a spark here? This question allows her to compare herself to what you describe and see if she measures up in your eyes. The smart move here is to avoid describing purely physical traits. Instead, emphasize qualities like intelligence, confidence, curiosity, or adventurous energy. Say something like, "I'm drawn to women who know who they are and aren't afraid to be real," or "I love women who can challenge me mentally and keep me laughing." This gives her room to imagine herself in that picture. And if she follows up with something playful like, "Oh, so I have a shot," then she's not just flirting. She's giving you the green light to escalate. It means the ball is officially in your court, and what you say next could decide how the rest of that interaction goes. This question might sound like a compliment or a joke, but it's a highly underrated flirting tactic. When a woman says this, she's not accusing you of being a player. She's checking your confidence and watching how you handle compliments. Instead, lean into it with playful confidence. Say something like, "Only around women who can keep up," or "I try to be, but you're definitely bringing out my A game." Flirting is all about energy and momentum, and when you play along without getting cocky, you spark a dynamic that's fun, exciting, and magnetic. She's hoping you'll pick up the vibe and take the lead emotionally and socially. Women are especially attracted to older men who can own their charisma without being arrogant. This is one of the most direct hints you'll ever get, and yet many men respond in a way that kills the vibe, either by acting shocked or unsure, Let's be honest, she knows the age difference. She's not naive. She's not asking this by accident. She's basically holding up a flashing neon sign that says, "I'm interested, but I want to know if you are." 2. She's giving herself plausible deniability in case you're not on the same page, but she's also inviting you to explore a more intimate possibility. The best way to answer this question is to stay calm and confident and avoid sounding like you chase younger women or that you're uncomfortable with it. Say something like, "I don't focus on age, I connect with people. Not numbers or chemistry matters more to me than birthdays." That kind of response keeps the door open, but also shows that you're selective and emotionally mature. It tells her you're not desperate. But if the vibe is right, age won't stand in the way. This might feel like a casual or even slightly nosy question, but don't misread it. She's doing 2 things here. First, she's confirming that you're single, and second, she's trying to understand why you're still available. She's wondering if you're emotionally available. Are you open to something real, or are you still caught up in the past? Now, a lot of guys mess this up by going into long stories about their exes or sounding too negative. Instead, keep it upbeat and forward-looking. Say something like, "I guess I've been waiting for someone interesting to show up," or "I've been focused on life, and now I'm just open to seeing who I click with." This kind of answer makes you sound valuable and self-aware without sounding bitter or lonely. It also frames you as someone who's worth getting to know, because if you're still single and someone like you hasn't been scooped up yet, she's going to be curious about why and whether she might be the one who does. Alright, this is the jackpot. If a woman asks you this, there's no mistaking it. This is not just flirting, this is her laying her cards on the table without actually saying, "I like you." She wants to know if you see her as a potential partner, and how you feel about the idea of her. Now this is where most men crash and burn. They get awkward, laugh it off, or give some vague answer that kills the energy. This answer communicates interest without being needy. It validates her without putting pressure on her, and it shows that you're confident enough to go for what you want. Younger women are often more subtle and indirect when flirting with older men, not because they're unsure, but because they're testing your awareness, your energy, and your confidence. They want to see if you can read between the lines, if you can carry yourself like someone who's experienced enough to recognize an opportunity and brave enough to act on it. These questions may seem small, but they're loaded with meaning, and if you learn how to respond the right way with charm, honesty, and presence, you'll start noticing a huge difference in how women interact with you. Confidence isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about owning who you are and knowing that the right person will see the value in exactly that. So the next time a younger woman asks you one of these seemingly innocent questions, listen closely, look deeper, and most importantly, don't miss your moment. Because the difference between a missed opportunity and a meaningful connection often comes down to just one answer.